By now, you know me. I'm the cheap lord. That's right. I'm the cheap one. It's so cheap to move to Joshua, it isn't funny. I'm having chips tonight. Matter of fact, would you like to break a chip with me? Chip? Boy, I tell ya, Texas looked like it got flipped. Big storm, bad news for Texas, and the Holy Father will smash the earth around me. I've seen Donald Trump shaking hands to first responders in Texas. Him and his wife. Very cute people. They're not very nice, because if Donald Trump was nice, well, he wouldn't be the way that he is. I never see anything positive about Donald Trump. You know, he brings on everything that is brought on to him. He invites trouble. He calls it whatever, like he's on a revenge path against citizens of the United States of America. You know, how do you feel today? I walked up to Lacamas Lake, met a lot of people, had a lot of fun. Met a lot of people, had a lot of fun. Played some pranks and jokes. I don't think that, you know, anybody got hurt or scathed or anything like that. Lots of smiling faces. Yeah, it's been a remarkable day. You should try it sometime. Be nice to your neighbor, see what you could do. You know, just take care of yourself and don't be fucking nosy. Now, down here at Washougal, I'll tell you, right across from the museum, just a fucking sight. You know, I should go and film it, bring it, and put it up here on Sunday and put it here because it looks so terrible. But I think that the law enforcement community is going to have to just do something about this. The vehicle's parked the wrong way. It's a motorhome. You know, I think I taped it earlier, but I think I just, you know, deleted it. You know, I don't even want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit over there by that museum that those senior citizens live in, because he'll park right there to intimidate those senior citizens, and that's what he does. He's got his truck parked the wrong way. Shit fucking all over the place. I seen Pam. I drove down that way, and I seen Pam walking, and, you know, I said hi to Pam. I just said, hi, Pam. And I drove into the Pendleton parking lot, and I just flipped the bitch, and I just came right out of it. I seen what's there. It's a fucking eyesore. Well, that's where I park my motorhome. I park my motorhome there. I go to the laundromat over there. Susan Jane Donahoe likes to park in front of the laundromat, and this guy now likes to park in my space. I would say that there is just too fucking much for me. This guy's demanding that I speak to him and stuff, and what? He's gonna park where I park? Well, I'm parked up here on Ash, and after everything that I've seen, my motorhome's always taken care of. My motorhome looks good, and my motorhome has current tabs and stuff, and it's all registered to me. And another thing that I think they should do in Camas here is, you know, I think that we should have our own inspection in Camas, Washougal area. And you know what we would need to do is, if you have a vehicle, you know, and it's a motorhome, and you're parking here in Camas, we need to make sure that that motorhome is really safe, roadworthy, safe, and will it pass inspection? If it won't pass an inspection, it needs to be fixed. Now, if the person can't afford to fix it, well, that's their problem, it's not mine. Because I want that goddamn eyesore off the fucking road, because I deserve better. I don't deserve to see or even fucking see the shit coming at me on the road, let alone trusting that the thing won't fly apart or shit won't fly off of it. and kill somebody on the road. You're not supposed to drive down the road and have a nightmare about somebody you met on the road. That's a direct conflict. And direct conflict goes just like this. If you bother me and friction me, it's going to friction you. That frictions everybody. In the neighborhood over there, they look at it and what? They won't dare say something because what? He's a bully? Well, he fucking demands to talk to me and I want to talk to him. I won't give him the time of day. And why the fuck should I? He dumped shit all over this place. He was burning down there at the steamboat landing. Bright fucking fire and stuff. It looked like magnesium. I believe it's magnesium. It was burning that hot. Magnesium burns really hot, I believe. And it's available. So I would say it was probably magnesium. And he was melting glass and aluminum metal and stuff right there, you know. It's so hard. I mean, I don't even know why these people just don't go out and get a goddamn job. Other than they must have such a bad record that they can't get a job, so nobody wants them. And they're Jesus freaks, so, you know, they got the excuse that they're Jesus freaks just living under the stars and all that bullshit. Well, they go live in the fucking stars someplace else, and they could be in fucking safe vehicles, which really shouldn't have shit on the windows, so you can't see in them and out of them. You know, here in my motorhome, I open up the windows every day, so if a law enforcement officer did approach my motorhome, they either know I'm not hiding in that motorhome, and I'm not hiding what I'm doing in my motorhome. And I'm a taxpayer and I spend money, and because I have a motorhome and I go in and I buy fucking steak and shrimp and food and stuff like this, you know, I get it from one of the employees at Grocery Outlet, and they've lost all my business. I mean, it's terrible. I can't go down there and get some of the deals that I usually get. But it's not worth the goddamn chaos to go in there and fucking deal with a bunch of fucking crap. Their store's a little bit too fucking red for me. And when a store's a little bit too fucking red, and they're not fucking nice people, bitter little backbiters, I didn't mind giving those nice girls those cars, and even Tracy, I didn't mind giving her a car. I had hoped that she'd come around and straighten out. But no, that woman, if I wore a brand new pair of tennis shoes in there, you know, these are Nikes. I don't think they're real cheap shoes. I think they're not top of the line shoes, but they're not bad shoes. You know, if I go in there just wearing a pair of $20 ones, these ones right here, those ones I never wore in there. The girl at the bank knows what the day that I showed up at the bank wearing those, I'm sure. These here ones right here, these new, I walk in there with nice shoes on. Are those new shoes? Are those new shoes? Can you afford that? You know, what a fucking insult. I go in there to buy fucking groceries, and I don't need the shit. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it was her that put up other people to it. They started asking me, well, you sure don't, you're not spending the money down here that you used to, John. Well, I'm not spending down the money that I used to goddamn spend down there now, too. Now am I? So now you guys lost any fucking business from me down at Bi-Mart. You lost business from me at Chevron, but I can go back into Chevron now, but I don't know anybody at Chevron. And I had a bad experience at Chevron, and even though they put blue there, I'd rather go to Chevron over there where Linda worked, because you know what? Those low-life son of a bitches, they won't fucking go to that store. They will not go to that Chevron. And that's why I like them too. And another place where a lot of them won't go to is Arco, because they don't like the Mexican people that's in there, is what I tend to notice. Now that toothless woman, now she's vanished. She's gone. As far as I know, she isn't even in the area no more. Unless she's staying over there at the Rama, and she was staying over there at the Rama in some place, because I seen her pulling in and out of there. She showed up at my door, at 5 in the morning, you know, I like your lights. Well, it's 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. You don't need to approach my door at 5 in the morning, you know. And by the way, I wasn't looking for a piece of ass, and the next thing it would have been, can I have $1? You know. And by the way, she walks like this here, and she says, do you have a cigarette? You know, like that. Hey, I'm on the phone, I need a cigarette. I mean, I almost watched her walk into a branch, hit it, almost fall into the oncoming traffic right there. I mean, it almost fucking happened in front of me. And if Eve gives her a little push, that bitch is gone. I mean, oh, I'll tell you another thing that I did. Oh, right here. Now, this morning, I took my pipe on my trip. And I took my bong, it got broke the other day. Kind of a partial break. Oh, it's right here too. It just so happens both these are handy. I threw a sucker from over here, over there, and all of a sudden I hear a snicker, and that fucking thing hit this and busted the head off of my fucking bong. I just stick some weed down there and I still use it. I'm cheap Jack Denny. But it broke that fucker. And I hear a little snicker like Eve snickering. You see, Eve don't really like me to smoke pot like this, but she likes me to do oil like this. You see, and that's what's funny. And this morning I was going to head out of here, and I thought, well, I'm going to take my pipe because I like smoking on it in the woods. You know, I'll go up there. Nobody really. I don't sit there and smoke pot in front of people. But if people catches me with my pipe, I don't give a fuck. It's my goddamn pipe. I don't fucking go bother them if I see them fucking doing something. But except you fucking don't throw garbage down in front of me. I might fucking browbeat you, but that don't happen. These people definitely, they leave shit all over the place, marking their space and their territory because, for one, they'll come back next time and no one will be there. Nobody came back because they fucking trashed the place. Who wants to go down there if they trash the place? Now, what we need here in Camas, Washougal, we want this fucking place cleaned fucking up. Sweep into those fucking parks. Get the garbage cleaned up. And get this place cleaned up like it's a bowling alley. Like it's a fucking bowling alley. Clean up the stuff here in Camas, Washougal. Hey, whatever's outside of our territory here in Washington, Camas, Washougal, you know, this is our fucking little place. Our little happy place. And I want you to be in your happy place too. And it's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup. The new vessel, the new you. You cannot put new wine into old vessels. It's biblical what I'm telling you too, by the way. And I just don't mind shooting off to you. I don't need a book to tell you what's true and correct. And by the way, Joel Osteen down there, don't say I never warned you down there in Texas. You was warned, Mr. Osteen, and all of you is warned as well. Now, Rick Rife's sitting up there in prison in wherever he's out there holding them. You know, and Bruce Kimsey, he definitely framed the wrong person. I actually thought that they'd end up framing me, but I went and pointed out it's Jerry L. Wright. And this has everything to do with the Zodiac, him doing signs, all that fucking shit they did. Jerry and his mother hanging out together, doing the stuff that they did. I mean, I'm telling you, I was seeing as a kid, I don't know what Jerry has over Marietta, but Marietta would give Jerry goddamn everything. Right down to the last fucking dollar. You could not fucking, if Marietta had money and Jerry said, I want money, I need money, she'd just fucking give it to him like, well, he was my son, you know. Hey, you know, the rest of us needs to eat too. Jerry fucking just cleaned her out from the time that kid got a driver's license. It fucking was never fucking gonna stop. And, you know, Jerry's so revengeful. he's at the end of it, he's saying, you know, he's not going to be happy till children are wearing uniforms. He's communist. He's one communist motherfucker. And George L. Wright was communist too, from what I look back at now. Never once did George Wright ever buy fireworks on the 4th of July, and I believe that he was so tight with money that he couldn't afford it. Not that George wouldn't pay his bills. I mean, I remember the day that my dad put an ad in the paper that says, I'm responsible for no other bills other than my own. And my dad knew the fucking law. And from that point on, Marietta was not going to get another goddamn dime from him. Jim was ripping off my dad, fucking just robbing from him out of his pants pockets and stuff. Me and my dad was a victim of circumstances well beyond my control. And now I see that they've cleaned out Judy Wright's house and my dad's property there. You know, these people owe my fair share of inheritance. Will they fucking pay it? Would the Lewis County cops go over there and make sure that they fucking pay it? Or did the fucking Lewis County cops just absorb that fucking money? Because if they're going after people's belongings and stuff, which they may be doing, just stealing your inheritance, because that's obviously what's going on here. They stole $400,000 and that bowling alley from me on the Fairways Bowling Center. You know, everything that I ever goddamn did down there, they fucking made me pay double and triple for even thinking about it. Well, their fucking blood, you know, God wants to stick his finger in their blood, you know, is what he says to me. And by the way, you're no match for me, he says, you know. And by the way, I told you guys on Valentine's Day something was going to happen. That's my mother's birthday. Oh, I go through and I talk to you two guys about 71421 Adams Street and 7th Street, right there where I have free parking, where I can park my motorhome and stuff. The bank is right there on Adams Street, right there, and the numbers add up to 7 on the door. And over there at my aunt's bar right there, which used to be the Mill Tavern and Ted's Tavern, right there, that adds up to, there's a 6, it adds up to 6 on the door. I think it's 406 or 604, it adds up to 6, like 402, I think it is, you know. So, and then you got the 7 on there, so that adds up to 13 right there on that building. And then you got the 76 station there, and I've been saying 71421. Now, 2100, that's the cop station in Camas, Washington. So we got 71421. You know, I was thinking, where's 21 at here? And, you know, we got the Camas at 2100 3rd Avenue, and you know, that's 6666. You add up the fucking numbers. That's 3rd Street that shoots through there, right? And then you got 2100. Well, it's 2400. Just go 6666. And by the way, that's Highway 14 that runs into Camas, and we've got Highway 7 over there in Morton, Washington, that goes right to the 2x4 mill. I mean, Fairhart's has their museum right there. Then there's the designer stones that goes to the mill that has 13 designer stones on each one of them. Oh, and the Twin Star Credit Union is right across the street from the Fairhart's Museum, where they have a little dirty Boy Scout waiting for you. I mean, all the fucking things are here. I'm telling you, I'm #1 rated in hell, and doesn't this make a good fucking movie? The real story about D.B. Cooper, the real story about the Zodiac Killer, the real story about how this all goddamn happened. You know, I could have fucking Cops Live, you know, and my Cops Live is you guys are going to have to tell the truth about what your ancestors has fucking done and live up to it. And you cops are going to be the most popular law enforcement group on the whole fucking planet coming out of Washington State. You live up to what you've done, and people will love you for it. And I'll tell you another thing. It's like Bill Clinton. You know Bill Clinton? Oh, that president. He didn't do bad. I like the way that he reinvested the bonds, that did the 30-day bonds and stuff. He just redid the bonds and stuff. And he kept us zeroed out on, you know, our deficit and stuff. I think Bill Clinton really did really well by doing that. And Hillary's no Bill, but you know what? I wouldn't mind talking to Hillary Clinton, and I know I wouldn't mind talking to Bill. And I'll tell you why is because, you know, that Monica Lewinsky, and Monica Lewinsky, I'd love to talk to Monica because maybe I'd like to fucking get a little on her too. And, did I say that? John Wood, did you say that? I'm Adam. Joshua won't be doing this stuff. Oh, and by the way, Monica, and Bill, look what happened to Bill. Did it even stick to Slick Willie for telling the truth? Hell, nothing would stick to Slick Willie. Even the cum flew off of him and stuck to Monica. And Monica actually did well over it too because she smiled all the way. She got free publicity and stardom. Hey. Shh. She's a victim. Well, she didn't feel like a victim when she was smoking off Bill's cigar. And Bill, he even banged her with that cigar. Yes, Bill did. He banged her with that cigar. And then, what did he do? He fucking smoked it. That Bill Clinton. And let me tell you, did he fucking have any remorse about it? No, I think he fucking smiled about it. And you think he had to sleep on the fucking couch? Hillary was probably so wet from Bill, let it be known that they fucking had it patched up before you goddamn knew it. Bill, you're gonna have to sleep on the couch. Oh, sure, Hillary. You know you sleep on the couch all the time, Hillary. I'm joking at that. Hillary's got her own bed, I'm sure, in her own bedroom, and they just meet whenever they want to fuck. Did I say that? Well, yes, a lot of people do that, especially if you have money. She could have her own fucking room and do what the fuck she wants. And I'll have my own room and I'll do what the fuck I want. And don't you love me now? No, I didn't say it had to be that way all the time. We have adjoining rooms and we have a fuck festival. Oh, yep. And when we want to fuck, we got the place to do it too. It would be definitely the fuck room from John. So, anyway, now let me get back to this. And then, you know, I told you about this morning and this here pipe. And that bong right there that I showed you broke. See the broke bong? Bring it out one more time. One more time. I threw the sucker. And where was that sucker? That sucker, as a matter of fact, I could bring that goddamn sucker out here. I would... Don't take this pipe out. And I hear you say, don't take that pipe out. It's going to get broke. I think I'm so fucking smart. I stick this pipe right here. You know, I have chain on me. My chain, my 50. Oh, it's over in the car. But anyway, do you think I broke this fucking pipe today? You think I would do such a thing? Goddamn right, I fucking broke that pipe. Look right there. I knocked the fucking notch out of that motherfucker. Totally fucking notched it. Isn't that fucking something? Oh, I could still smoke off of it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to use a piece of tape. I'm going to tape it. Oh, I plugged it with a piece of bud today. I just stuck a piece of bud in there and taped it. But... it really gives a good hit. You just can't get away with it. I'll have to tape that, of course. But you know what? The moral of this story is Eve says to me, John, you're going to have to start listening to me more. And another thing that was happening after, you know, when I go out and I work out and I do these things that I do, you know, I'm kind of like waxing on and waxing off like the Karate Kid out there doing things, and paint the fence, fucking do this, do that, you know. I mean, you go talk to walk the Karate Kid and things like that, you know, God has me doing things, and I have to trust God and to do things. Yesterday I found a chanterelle mushroom. I found a fucking chanterelle mushroom. It was big. It was just like really dry, and I know it was a chanterelle. And I looked for more of them, but I didn't eat it. I threw it off. But I'm telling you, I know what chanterelle's mushrooms are. But because I didn't find any more, I thought this could be some kind of a lookalike, and I didn't want to kill myself doing something stupid. So you always have to make sure that if you do find something and you think it is, look around for some more, because you know you could end up doing something bad. I mean, I pick berries and stuff in the brush and stuff. I know what the fuck I'm eating. This time of year, if I didn't have money, I could disappear in the fucking woods and you wouldn't see me for a few months. I've told Ernie about that trick that I could do too. And I broke that fucking pipe today. And Eve told me, she goes, you see, John? You know, and I get this, you see, you know, and you need to listen to me more often, John. And last night, here I'm in here doing stuff, and the music's coming in, you know, it just flips on, whatever's on the list. And here I don't know what's on the list. And all of a sudden I think, the next song's gonna be this, I just know it's gonna be, and all of a sudden that fucking song started. You know, I did this like 2-3 times in a row. Oh, matter of fact, I went down there, I've been shooting basketball too. I go down there for about 30 minutes a night shooting basketball, and the first night I went down there, I flipped it back and I shot a backwards thing, you know, like this, and it fucking landed in the basket, not the first try, the second try, you know. And I've been doing this little spin throw I have where I can just throw the ball like this, and it'll go up there and hit the thing and fall into the hoop. And, you know, my one arm fucking hit shot. And also, I gotta practice getting and flipping the ball back so I get some traction getting it down the chute more. But I'll probably, you know, go work out, do basketball at night. I found a place to go swimming today. A fucking nice 40-foot fucking pond pool, you know, and it must be like a hidden gem. I should go down there and do a video down there and do singing and stuff down there too this weekend. But this is the MTM pre-show. I've been working hard. I do what God wants me to do, you know, and God's gonna, you know, God's gonna give me back the things that I have lost. You know, God told, you know, God, I was just chosen to do whatever I have to do. And by the way, the one that, you know, is victimized the most gets more at the end, so to speak. I mean, you could look it up, whatever it is. I looked it up before because it's, look here, like this. You know, I've told Satan and Eve and them down there, I said, I want goddamn fucking headlines and stuff. And I see this terrible thing that's happened in Texas. Lines I turn on the radio and it's brought it to my attention. The internet hasn't, and I'm gonna go put my Sirius radio back there because I don't want no fucking interruptions. I don't like commercials and stuff. I don't like YouTube. I don't like commercials on this. I paid to have commercial free on my YouTube Premium, but for some reason it won't in sync my things. And also the Discovery Pass, it's never got here again. You know, the Discovery Pass that I paid for that a month in advance, and I got my tabs, well, I got my tabs 15 days early is what I did. I could have let it go to the end of the month. You know, you can wreck your vehicle and not buy tabs. You know, you'll be out that fucking money, and a lot of people, they don't buy their tabs for that reason. But anyway, I bought the tabs so I could have my Discovery Pass, and fucking Washington State never sent it either. You know, I'm disappointed in the services and stuff. Then we should have premium services because we're fucking taxpayers. And this is another thing that's going on here is you go cutting all this riffraff and stuff, and these people, these Republicans, don't want to have any of these here fucking programs out there. And then we got to put up with their goddamn riffraff. The Holy Father's got to fucking eliminate them all. The Holy Father's got a fucking plan. And I'll tell you what, he does not want anyone bothering me because I'm doing what the Holy Father wants. And you know, women, I love talking to women, and I am very sincere. I mean, I'd like to talk to these women down at the U.S. Bank, and I'd even like to talk to the young gentleman that works there too. His name's, I want to say his name's, it's Darian is what it is. And he had the opportunity to go to Japan, and I admire him for being able to go to Japan. I won't say the other people's name. He's the top dog down there as far as I'm concerned because, for one, he cleans up the outside of the U.S. Bank. That place looks pristine when you go in there. It don't look like a fucking garbage bank. I'm not saying that Twin Star Credit Union is a garbage bank by any means, because I have an account at Twin Star, and if it looked that fucking hideous, I would pull the pin on Twin Star. But Twin Star really does a great business thing, and I'd like to see more people get involved with the Twin Star business. I even like to see U.S. Bank get involved with the Twin Star Credit Union, because I think there's a big opportunity there. Or another major bank will do something with Twin Star someday. You know, maybe U.S. Bank will. But U.S. Bank's got to go and goddamn on. And I'll tell you what, their banking and their paperwork and stuff is outstanding. And I like their courteousness. I like their service. And by the way, you go in there, you get in and fucking out. And that's goddamn the way it is. What I don't like is I don't like people fucking parking their scooters and stuff near the doors. There's a handicap sticker out there just because it's blue, and they labeled it blue, and they also labeled the women's bathroom blue. And I don't like that, but I will point it out to you once again, especially since I have this stuff at my fingertips at my office all the time. It's always on my mind. And girls, I can understand why you like black and blue now. Girls like black and blue. But you know what? These men have taken little red panties and putting on their head, and they think that they're superiors, thinking that they're little red riding hoods. And I dealt with these people over at the Fairlanes Bowling Center, which is now the Fairways Bowling Center in Lewis County, Washington. They ripped that off from me. And by the way, Herb Kreitzer told me that he would sell me the Chehalis Bowling Center, which he couldn't sell because it was in a trust. The Penn Trust, the Penn State Trust or Penn Trust, whatever it is, that bowling alley is in. I think they could have had a lot of money in it, because if none of these people can actually own the bowling alley, just buy it, and it's like they're paying off, you know, the mortgage all the time, but a bunch of criminals own some, maybe, you know. But I do know the D.B. Cooper money went to that bowling alley, and I think it went to 10 other bowling alleys in the area. West Side Bowling Alley, they got AMF machines. Herb got bowling machines, and he told me they came from the same place that Alpine Bowl got their bowling machines in that lane package. And at Highlander Bowl down there in Longview, it did. And Jim down there, what was Jim's last name? He had the $1 million restaurant down there. It made $1 million a year on food and stuff. You know, women aren't handicaps for sure, and I know why women are up in arms, black and blue. You love black and blue women, I goddamn know that. I just know it. And also, women will stop and see men that's wearing a little bit of red because, you know, maybe it excites them. They're the rebel. But I'll tell you what, black and red on top. Black and red on top. Fucking got him the other day. You know, if I wore this here shirt out tomorrow, like it's spinnerbait, women will fucking hit on me. Is what I noticed. And they also will hit on me if I wear this out there. Well, I don't wear that one out there, but I mean on the internet, I wear it out there. And you know what? It's just like attracting fish with a lure, is what I found out too. Eve likes this much more than that. I like the flavor of marijuana. And I broke 2 of these fucking pipes. And by the way, she warned me today when I took that out that I was going to break it. And god damn it, I fucking did. But I'm still smoking off it. And she fucking just laughs that I could fucking do something like this and laugh at something. And that's why, another thing why Eve loves me. Because when something fucking bad happens, I got a way of fucking turning it around and making it fucking happen. It's like fucking judo. Do you know how to do judo? Because judo is using someone else's force and fucking just wiling them. You know, I mean, you got to be a master technician to know these things. But I'll tell you what, I'm not a master technician, but maybe you will be. The Holy Father's just used me. I'm more than fucking luck. And I'm more than fucking skill. Hey, I've picked 5 out of 6 lottery numbers multiple times so far. And the night that I said I was going to pick a $10,000 winner off of 5 tickets, 4 of them was $20 winner. The 5th one was the $10 winner, or one of them that was in the middle of it. I don't know if it's the last one. But I will tell you, it was in the series of those 5. And we seriously won it. And Ernie Toback up there in Olympia, Washington, Southwest Delphi Road. What is that? Well, it's right there. Delphine and Alpine, they come to a point. Alpine Bowl is the name of the bowling alley my dad's was. Bonnie's living by signs. And Brown's, like Brown Cemetery and stuff, they own Brown's right there next to Ernie's property. You know, what were they gonna do? A fucking great big fucking plot to overthrow the United States and turn a lot of these places into big fucking cemeteries for servicemen? Because I got that feeling that's what Donald Trump's plan was. And also these fucking golf courses. And Donald Trump's not that good of a golf person. But man, wouldn't they make a great cemetery too to bury a lot of fucking servicemen that got wiped out? Now you go wipe out the men population, well, you've just got women, you know. I mean, but anyway, women are out of the equation. But this is just something that I've seen from the very beginning, especially dealing with the people that I've been dealing with AR-15s. You know, there's what I do notice, some of the heavier and fat women that live in this here town, they do claim to me they own AR-15s, and I wonder why it's happening and why they're buying AR-15s. Because I'm gonna stick my fucking finger in your AR-15, just like I did with Ernie Toback's AR-15. Now I want you to have your fucking gun rights, but I want you to know, if you have an invading force that's invading this here country, you use those fucking weapons, your weapons of mass production, to make me fucking happy, and you shoot people that are doing something that's goddamn wrong. And people that are obeying the laws and stuff, these are fucking taxpayers. And by the way, if you don't have a fucking driver's license, if you don't have a fucking bank card, if you don't have any of these goddamn things, you can't fucking vote. You shouldn't be able to vote. If you can't show that you're an upstanding citizen that fucking can have a bank account, that can have a fucking automobile license, that can have a fucking steady fucking job, that could do this and not fucking cause riffraff and strife, and have a goddamn record so fucking bad that no one wants to employ you, and you want to claim that there's nothing wrong with you and you believe in Jesus, you're a member of the cult. It's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup. And once you get fucking Jesus out of your fucking life, you stand up goddamn straight. And by the way, I love you more than the Holy Father loves you. You know, I'm telling you that it's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup for you men that want to be fucking saved. You women, you are out of the equation. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You know what? I'm even going to probably have to fucking, I goddamn know that I will have to fucking forgive Marietta, and it's so goddamn hard. I will tell you that right now, because Marietta fucking raised this type of goddamn fucking behavior. She drove an F-85 Oldsmobile 13. Marietta fucker was involved with a lot of people's deaths. And by the way, she hid behind fucking children. And by the way, people setting up stuff that fucking says, hey, where's this their child? You know, are you worried about children yet? Because I'll tell you what, these people would use children to hide behind in Morton, Washington, just like George fucking Fairhart. People hid behind even you, George Fairhart. You fuckface that jumped up in front of me claiming now your dad's our slave. My dad was a Zodiac killer. My dad was talking about territories. And my dad went to a different fucking territory. And you should have seen the Johnsons in Port Angeles, Washington, when they found out my dad double-crossed them. Hey, my dad had a house. If they could have that motherfucking house, my dad walked away from it. He also walked away from the fiberboard mill after 17 years of working there. The Brown's fiberboard mill that probably owns Brown's Cemetery, Brown's Mortuary. Hey, it's big fucking business killing people. You know, like the Zodiac sayings. And if you don't know the Zodiac sayings, I could go and fucking tell you some of those too. And I don't fucking like them by choice. And by the way, if my dad wasn't this and this here shit wasn't fucking shoved at me, I would have never known about D.B. Cooper. I would have barely known about the Zodiac. I was down there the night that Darlene got murdered. 4th of July, 1969. Michael Mougeot and Darlene Farron, I believe her name was. She got murdered, and he was a fucking dirty Boy Scout. And also, the other boy, his name was David, I think, too, possibly David, D&D. And also right there with Betty Lou Jensen was the first Zodiac thing. And, you know, my dad's car matches the description, the blue Dodge Polara. My dad was cutting that fucking car in half at the house, saying this car's going to get me in trouble. I mean, I seen my dad out there cutting this car in half with a fucking chisel, you know. And I'll tell you, he was desperate to cut this fucking car in half, get it the fuck out of there. It got taken out to the Morton dump. I'm telling you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. It's on a temple. It's something in Temple. Oh, they hid it in the Temple, you know, right there at that dump going towards Rife Lake, 5 miles outside of Morton, Washington, east, you know, towards Glenoma. Hey, my dad said they'll never look for that car here. You know, I said, Dad, what about that car? You know, you got to pay for that car. He's pay for that car? You know, that was the first clue that there was something fucking wrong, was that blue Dodge Polara was getting cut in half, and pay for that car. John, they'll never look for that car here. Don't you ever tell anybody about this. You know, I mean, those conversations came in fucking, you know, don't you ever fucking tell somebody that we've done this. You know, my dad was really fucking serious. And anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm doing a cleanup act. I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to be a good fucking physician with the Holy Father for sure. Because why? I want you to have good favor with him too. Because if I put us in good line, maybe God Almighty will favor you. You know what I'd like to work on? Believe it or not, global warming. Because I believe if we just pray and get this here calmed down, the frictions of the earth will calm down, and the polar bears will get ice and snow again, which happened a few years ago. The Arctic started coming back like this, and I was always pulling for it because I seen the polar bears and stuff, because my grandma had polar bears on the tapestry and stuff in her house. And you know what? I'm always pulling for you. Why? Because I'm the Holy Father's son, and it comes shining through every day. And I'll talk to you later. And I wish everybody well. Even though I broke my pipe, and Eve's right, don't take it out, you're gonna break it. Well, look, Eve, I'm smoking on it now. And Eve, here's what I say. Eve sees reflections, and I'm #1 rated in hell for what I understand. I got the best job in the fucking world, and none of them complain to me. But I complain to them when you're not doing good. Oh, yeah. I say stuff like, I want these people fucking dead. If they don't believe in the Holy Father, the Holy Son, and the Holy Spirit, they don't believe in Yahshua, and they just want to believe in a subtitle and act like a bunch of fucking idiots that wouldn't even give me the goddamn time of day, or invite me into their fucking church, and I wouldn't even feel wanted to be there. They don't want Yahshua in their church. They want Jesus in their church, and that means they're a fucking cult. Hey, the Holy Father's the one that fucking coaches me, and Satan, and Eve. And Satan and Eve wants to get out of hell. Eve don't like it in hell, but she likes it that I'm doing the best that I can for, like, she wants me to be her man at the end of this. Oh, and by the way, Satan will be out in 1,000 years, and he's going to have his little season, and I'm probably going to be sitting right there in hell holding Eve's hand. So I'm going to be dependent on Satan's going to want the best goddamn thing too. But you know what? If you're going to fall away, you're going to fall away, and that's Satan's job. And I don't want you to fall away. And by the way, Satan is going to have a fucking heart where he's going to be giving you a fucking choice, you know, because he works for the Holy Father, and he's under the Holy Father's tutelage, just like I am. Hey, I'm Adam from Adam and Eve. I'm John. I'm going to come back as Yahshua, and me and Satan's going to have it out again. Right? George L. Wright possibly is Satan. He housed Satan's body. I know that. They held him in Morton, Washington. They hit him. He was the Zodiac. Hey, if it wasn't true, it wouldn't be so. And by the way, I got a photo of the old man here with Eve, too. Got this Bible. Got that Bible. See that? I got the Donald Trump book. See? I've got the Donald Trump book. That's right. And he wouldn't take it. This is the condition that it come back from that fucking renegade. Don't even put that on top of the Bible. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. I couldn't even touch the red writing in this book. And now I can. I swear to you, the things that I've said is true. And then we've got this. We've got George is Satan, and there is Eve. Adam's Eve is right fucking there. And he says, she's mine. Look at his hand. And it's gripping her hard. She is mine, is what he's told me, with a growl in his voice. And he's not happy. I guess. But I can touch this, and he very well knows it. And all of you do too. Because why? I've told the truth. I have the luxury of telling the truth. And by the way, Donald Trump can go fuck himself. He can go shake those servicemen's hands on those first responders down in Texas all he wants, because there's going to be more where that come from, Mr. Trump. You know, the Holy Father says, but it's been put to me, they're going to smash this place around me. And they're going to fucking... And by the way, God told me that you are going to eat spoonfuls of shit before you finally accept it. Okay? So I'm just saving you a little time. And by the way, When I went up there today, up to Camas, I took this with me. Oh, it was shocking. Did you hear that? It was shocking. I had such a good day up there at Camas. Everybody down at Twin Star and the U.S. Bank. Look at that. Look at that. And there's more where that come from. I should send out the 10 next people that just sends a message, a little paper, a note that says, please send me one of those cars, John. Down there at the Postal Plus. 10 of them with your address. I'll have Mitch package one of these babies up for you. And get it right out to you, because why? I mean fucking business. And I'm the guru. Isn't that fun? Hey. You don't rain on my parade, and the Holy Father won't not rain on yours. Now, Donald Trump, you have rained on the Holy Father's parade. Yes, you have, Mr. Trump. And all you little Trumpets. You little fucking Kotexes on your fucking head. You've pissed off the Holy Father, I can tell you that right now. You take those little red fucking hats off your head, man. That would probably show that you fucking got the fucking message. Oh, and by the way, men shouldn't wear red shirts. You know why? Because that's a chick's fucking color. Like fingernail polish and a black fucking dress. Fucking fingernail polish. Hot fucking chicks. Right. Black hot cars. Guys that's fucking burnt under the collar will drive a black car trying to get a hot chick that's fucking angered, so angered she's wearing her black dress, chicks. Did I say that? What? John Wright might be onto something, you never know. He snuffed out Zodiac Killer, he snuffed out D.B. Cooper, he snuffed out the John F. Kennedy fucking connection to Richard Milhouse Nixon, right down to the Morton Bowling Alley that they call Milltown Smokehouse, but there's a Millhouse there. Millhouse, it's in the words, you know, there might be one letter missing, but the beauty is in the words. And my dad taught me all that, Anno, so I got Satan and Eve and everyone too. And you look at the evidence and you can't argue with it, and the sheriffs, you know, most of them are goddamn dead. Now, if the sheriffs just said, we did do this in the past, and you know what? We've had to live with the fucking heat from it. Well, I understand that too. It's almost like pleading the fifth, because, you know, if you would have came forward back then, it could have got other people fucking killed, and I was just fucking scared. I think you could fall under the fifth under that one, you know, and if I'm correct. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know some things. I mean, I would probably look towards the fifth, and I was trying to get out of it, because I would say that if I would have came forward back then about what was going on and everything, more people would have got killed, and look at the fucking list of people that did get killed in the process. And you know what? All of these people bear shame for what they goddamn done and what they put through people through and who they leaned on. My brother Jim was like a folk hero in that their town, taking people deer. A big deer for $20 or a big deer for $40 and a small deer for $20. And I mean, Jim had a little going racket there too, you know, that little, and people loved Jim, and everyone loved Jim Wright. And I'll tell you what, I took a goddamn lot of heat for it. I even went and got Jim Dynamite, which he said he used for fishing, but I think it blew up Carl's trailer. And then Jim moved up and he got the job at the port edger. That's the way that one worked too. And that's the Zodiac way. You know, if you can't beat him inside, you're going to beat him outside. That's what Tim Claxton said. And that's the Zodiac way. If you can't beat him inside, you'll beat him outside. And that's exactly the Republican Party's bullshit too. Bullyism. And I say fuck you, because God Almighty don't like bullies like you. And everyone, I wish you a good day. Look, the blue lighter is going to blow the red lighter away. Isn't that fun now? Oh, may I? Did you see that fucking smoke run? And if you thought that was something, and I'm sure you did, there's more where that comes from. You just remember that. Hey, you could just call it the hour-long, pre-long show. Yeah, and away we go. Hey, I'm wishing everyone the best this weekend. Maybe I'll sing a couple tunes and stuff. Just something and off the wall and just slam it out there. Anyway, I wish everyone the best, the whole best, and all the best. You know, if you're not right with the Holy Father, maybe you should get right today, men. And women, you're out of the equation. You shouldn't be too bitter with me. And I understand why you're bitter with them. Fuck, they stole your fucking colors. They even started wearing their panties on their head for you. Or over you. To beat you for something. They would never fight a woman for. And by the way, I found out that women were superior to men. And that's why they want to wear the red dot on their... No, it's me. No. It's me, and I'm superior to women. And women, I love you. Okay? Even the girl on a moped. They're always fun to ride until you get caught riding one, right? Well, I love them all now. Get over it.